Welcome, 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 welcome to the Rap Jux Podcast. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Rap Jux Podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, what's good, yo? It's your boy Prophet, host of the podcast, the Rap Jux Podcast, coming at you again with another video. Man, Cameron's been in the news, man. I mean, he's been everywhere lately. The last video I did had Cameron in it. Well, this recent video involves Cameron and the comedian Red Grant and the viral comedian Katt Williams. So for those of you who don't know, comedian Red Grant recently came out and accused Cameron of lying on the situation about a story that he told involving Katt Williams. Last Tuesday, on Cameron's show, Talk with Flea on his network, same network that has his other show, It Is What It Is with Mace and Stat Baby, Cameron, on his co-host on Talk with Flea, his partner Sin City, asked him, what's the deal with you and Katt Williams? Excuse me. Well, Cam goes on to say he doesn't have a deal with Katt Williams, an issue with Katt Williams, but he does tell a story about the last time they were together. So basically, I'm gonna paraphrase what Cam said. Cam said that he and Katt Williams, they became cool. He found out that Katt Williams could rap. He made him a member of Dipset. He even gave him a chain. Well, one time at the Katt Williams show in Philadelphia backstage, and then also some members of the Dipset, none of the rappers, the known people, has stayed with Katt Williams in his house out in L.A. Well, at this particular night backstage, Cam says that Katt Williams was on one. He was really, really turned up. He, ended up, accusing somebody, one of Cam's boys, of talking bad about him behind his back. Cam said he didn't really want to hear that. So that story, that didn't according to Cam, that didn't gain no traction. Then Katt started accusing one of the dudes of farting on him, passing gas. Well, long story short, things escalated to where Katt just snuck one of the dudes from Dipset. Cam, on impulse, said he grabbed Katt, flipped him upside down, threw him down, and was about to stump him out. And when he realized it was Katt Williams and where he was, excuse me. So Katt had the FOI, securing the place. For those of you who don't know the FOI is the Fruit of Islam. It's the military arm of the Nation of Islam, and they do security for a lot of high-profile celebrities. That night, they were securing Katt Williams' comedy show. Now, comedian Red Grant, who was never mentioned in Cam's story, I guess he was there, but Cam did say that night Katt was disrespecting his own workers and comedians that work with him. So, long story short, Cam, that night, and also that night, that's kind of people miss and glosses over. Katt gave Beanie Siegel a Bentley, I believe. He gave the singer Lil Moore a Cadillac truck, and he was giving Cam $30,000 in an envelope. And Cam said he didn't want the money, but he took it graciously because Katt insisted. Well, the incident broke out. Cam says the FOI escorted him out. He forgot the money, and Cam, in the back of the FOI. He's like 50 FOI to 100 FOI, and Katt Williams was cursing him out, saying fuck Dipset, whatever. Well, that was Cam's story last week. Well, comedian Red Grant got wind of the story, and he was one of the comedians there at this show in Philly, and this is what he had to say. Check it out.
I don't get involved with certain things, but this boy right here, that's a lying ass boy right here, boy. Cameron, come on, bro. We only met a few times. And one of the times is the night that you talking about in Philadelphia, that you slammed my man on the ground and you did all the crazy, wild stuff. You had one of them Soldier Boy stories. Well, remember, I was there. I was one of the comedians you said that, yeah, Katt was talking bad to. Supposedly talking bad to the staff and the comedians. When he started doing that? Because me and Mark Curry was in that mug, and we ain't hear none of that. So shut your lying ass up, boy. Shut your lying ass up. Y'all know I don't get involved with certain.
All right. So yeah, that was Red Grant. That's the video I found online. Basically, the audio I found online of him saying that Cam basically lied, that he was there that night and none of that happened. Him and comedian Mark Curry was there that night in Philadelphia and none of that happened. He wasn't, that Katt wasn't disrespecting them and throwing, putting them out and doing all that type of stuff that Cam accused him of. Now, since then, just yesterday, today, Cam came back on another episode of Talk with Fleet, and he addressed the situation. Cam's explanation is pretty long. I'm going to paraphrase again. Basically, he said all of that is true. He has no reason to lie, and he did say that he remembered Red Grant being there, and he was being sunned. He was being disrespected. Katt was throwing him in and out of the backstage, and basically he just did a lot of joking and joning on Red Grant, who was a comedian, so he's probably going to come back with more. So that's the I guess the meat and potatoes of the whole story. Now, I want to go a little bit deeper on this story because I guess what's being overlooked, like in that short video I displayed of Red Grant, it doesn't have the very end of it where he calls Cam. He said something about Cam's Soldier Boy story, but he calls Cam Rico. Now, for those of you who don't know, Cam played Rico in the movie Paid in Full. Now, Rico was based on a real person, Alpo Martinez, who was one of the Harlem drug dealers, in the movie Paid in Full. And it's based on a true story of AZ, Faison, Rich Porter, and Alpo. Now, Alpo famously killed Rich Porter, and that's displayed in the movie. But what's not known about Alpo is, well, I guess it is known that he was not liked in D.C. And I didn't do any research on why, but I've heard stories about Alpo being disliked in D.C. Comedian Red Grant is from D.C. And if this story is true or not, typically, most comedians would have just brushed this off. He came to Katt defense. Also, what's not being told is someone in Katt's entourage, or even Katt himself, whoever runs his Twitter page, said that Cam pulled out a gun that night. Cam didn't mention anything about a gun. But he addressed it, said why would he even have a gun in that type of situation when they all knew each other, Well, Red Grant is from D.C. A lot of people in D.C. didn't like Alpo, the real Alpo, who Cam played in the movie Paid in Full. They didn't like him so much that Cam was in D.C. a couple of years after that movie was shot, and he was actually shot for real in Washington, D.C. because some people assume that because he played that character so well, they actually believe that he was Alpo when they saw him in person. Now, comedian Red Grant is from D.C. Don't know his background. Don't know if he's a street individual. Don't know if he grew up just also disliking Alpo. And it could be a situation where he was really, really, really getting it in the streets back in the 80s, because he's around the same age that these guys would be nowadays, late 50s, I'm assuming. I could be wrong, but I don't think that he's younger than that. He got to be in his 50s. So he would have been around when all these dudes was cracking and all the hate for Alpo would have been going on. Because he even, like I say in the video, it cuts off, but he calls Cam Rico, So So it could be a situation where he just still have some deep-seated hatred because Cam played that role. Rico, aka Alpo Martinez. I don't know, man. I think that Cam, and like I told y'all in the last video, today attention is the new currency, and nowadays people do anything and everything to get that attention because that's basically currency. That's money, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And I could be wrong, but like I say, it keeps the algorithms going, and they keep putting it out. I'm gonna keep talking about it. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, man. Do y'all think Cam was capping and lying about the story? You know, do you think Red Grant was right? Or do you think my little conspiracy theory about Red Grant being from DC, Cam getting shot in DC from playing Rico, has any merit, any merit to it? But leave y'all thoughts in the comments. Of course, like, share, subscribe to the video. Keep the channel growing, and I'm going to keep coming back for more. You dig? It's your boy Prophet, host of the Rap Chicks podcast. Once again, man, keep your ears open. As I grow, I will do more. I'm going to put out some music soon. My group's Outsider, So This the Truth. Y'all going to hear it. I'm one ill mother. But yo, like, share, subscribe to the video. Until next time, peace.